FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Do you feel that what we have come to know as deli comfort food, particularly when it comes to the meats, the fatty, yielding, being able to cut it with a spoon kind of meat, was predicated on industrial production? Do you think what we're longing for when we have that comfort is something that can only be produced industrially? Michael?
No, I think the restaurant is proving that that isn't the case, at least in some examples, not everything. Roast beef is the notable example, and that there is grass-fed roast beef on the menu. I never had meat at the restaurant until they started having grass-fed meat on the menu. And it can be done. I mean, you can do grass-fed pastrami, and you can do pastured chicken, and it all can be done. It's just more expensive. And I think that's the kind of challenge that Karen and Peter are talking about. That there is a price. What seems normal in other delis has actually changed a lot. I mean, what seemed unchanging, the pastrami, the roast beef, the turkey, whatever it is, in fact has been revolutionized, like all the turkeys and all the beef in the last 50 years. And a lot of people didn't notice it. But this is not the traditional product. This is not what was on the menu at the Second Avenue Deli in the 50s or even 60s. It's a really different product. And since it slipped into the food system more or less unnoticed, and in fact the price probably went down a little when it did, we've kind of accepted it. Meat was produced in a very different way 50 years ago. So now to get back to that way of producing meat takes a lot of work and extra money. It may not always be that way, but right now it is. And so I think a lot of the challenges, and this is another kind of permission, I guess, that one of the reasons we're here is how do people feel about that trade-off between having something of higher quality and that is more sustainable, but that might be more expensive, or you'll get less of it. I mean, I think that's the way you deal with that kind of issue. And there's a trade-off between quality and quantity in anything.